Hello viewers, welcome to the next tutorial to become Android app developer. In your last tutorial, you learned what is the Android OS architecture and how Android app is executed and how you create your first project in Android Studio. In this tutorial, I will teach you what is the Android project structure and how to run your app in an emulator device and how to run your app in a physical Android device. I'll start from describing you what is the Android project structure. Basically, by default, Android Studio displays your project in Android view, but this is not the actually directory structure of your project. It is organized by modules of your project. Basically, it hides some files and directories that might not commonly used by developers. If you want to see your actual directory structure of your project, click on the project at the top of the project window and select the project view from the drop down box. Now you see that a lot of files and directories appears down. I want to discuss some important files and directories with you guys. First one is the build directory. Basically, build directory contains the APK file of your project. Now you think, what is an APK file? Basically, APK stands for Android Packaging Kit and it's the executable file of your project. In upcoming videos, I will teach you how you create the APK file of your project. Next one is the libs directory. Libs directory basically contains the private libraries that you import on your project. Next one is Src Directory. Src is the source directory, and as its name describes that it contains all code files, all resources of your apps. Next one is Android test. Android test directory contains a piece of code that is only used for testing in Android devices. Next one is the main directory. Main directory contains the resources like classes, manifest, app, strings, animations, color resources, drawables, like all resources of your app is in the main directory. Next one is the Java directory. Basically, Java directory is a subdirectory of main directory. It contains Java related things like classes, like interfaces, and etc. Next one is the res directory. Res directory is also a subdirectory of main directory. It contains resources like string resources, like color resources, like animations, like drawables, like layouts, like all resources of your app is in the res directory. Next one is the test directory. Test directory basically contains code for local hosts, local tests. Next one is the test directory, and test directory contains code for local tests that only runs on your host JVM. Now you see that there are two build.gradle file. First one is the build.gradle file, but it is only the module level gradle file. And another build.gradle file, it is the project level gradle file. In module level gradle file, all library references, all support library references that related to your project module is in it. And build.gradle file as a project level, basically the purpose of build.gradle file as a project level is that it applies all configurations on all modules of your project. And in upcoming videos, I will teach you how to work on different modules in a single project. Now I will teach you how to run your app in emulator device. Open Android Studio and click on the tools and go to Android and select the AVD manager. Basically, AVD stands for Android Virtual Device. When you click on that, the AVD device manager window appears, and click on the create a virtual device. After that, select the hardware. Basically, hardware is such as a phone device that you use as an emulator device. I am selecting Nexus 5, and also I recommend you to use Nexus 5 or Nexus 5X. Because of that, it contains Google Play services. After selecting Nexus 5, click on the next button, and here you select the system image. Basically, system image is the system OS that you want to install in your emulator device, and I am selecting Nougat as my system image. After selecting Nougat, click on the next button, and here you decide what is the AVD device manager name. It is by default Nexus 5 API 25. I am selecting the AVD device manager name to be my testing device. After that, click on the finish button. After clicking on the finish button, it might take some time to process it. Because of that, it install selected image into your selected emulator device. After completing its process, now you think how to run your app in an emulator device. Click on this green button in Android Studio. When you click on this green button, now the dialog appears and ask which emulator you want to start or which emulator you want to install your application. Selecting your emulator and click on the OK button to start your emulator, and now you see that your application is run on your emulator device. Your app in a physical Android device. Connect your device to your machine with a USB cable. If you are developing on Windows machine, you must install a USB driver for your device. Before running your app in a physical Android device, you must enable USB debugging in the developer options. Open the settings of your phone and scroll to bottom and click on the about phone options. And again scroll to bottom and tap build number 7 times. Return to the previous screen to find the developer options near to the bottom. Open developer options, then you see the option enable USB debugging. Enable it and reconnect your device to your developing machine. When you reconnect your device to your developing machine, the dialog appears in your device that asks for allow USB debugging. You must allow this option. After that, in Android Studio, click on this green button to run your app in a physical Android device. You see that the dialog appears and here's your device name appear as a connected device. Click on this, select this device and click on the OK button to run your app in a physical Android device. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope so you like this video, and subscribe to our channel.